going to do I'm going to set up a FTP server using FileZilla. So I'm just going to go through the steps and show you how to set up FTP FileZilla server. So you go to FileZilla, you look for the FileZilla server, and you click on download. You can just type in the Google search FileZilla server, and it will take you directly to the FileZilla server link. I have it already downloaded, so I'm not going to really download it again. You see it here. Then you double click. Alright, click yes, you agree to the terms. Click next. Next. Ask you for a destination part, just leave it as default. Click next. Right, I'm just gonna keep my settings because I already have it installed. I mean, you can go ahead and just click next for your settings. Just keep it as default. Right, and they would ask you to choose administration interface. I'm doing manual, startup manual. So because I'm just transferring files locally. Right, you click next. Right, and this pop-up will come up. Just click OK, you click close. Right, and then you'll get the FileZilla administrative application window coming up. Right, so you click connect to the server. It would ask you for a password. That would have been in the initial setup process, in which you would just put a password. I already have a password here, so I'm just going to retype the password again. Right, click OK. Right, and now to configure it, you click on server, you go down to configure, and the configuration window, setting window would come up. So what we go into is users. You can just ignore this. Right, and I already have one user set up here, but we're just going to do a new one for this purpose. So you go to add, and you can give the user a name. I'm just going to call it user. Right, and then we're going to path. Right, but you can set a password so to authenticate for when getting access to your file server or your FTP server. Right, just going to set a password here, and now we're going to add a directory path for the folder. Right, so you click add. You do a /. Right, and then I'm going to the folder. So I've already created a folder in documents called FTP. So what we're going to do, we're just going to right click on, and inside that folder here we have our document. So we're just going to right click on the folder. Right, go to properties, and we're going to copy the path of the file. Right, and we're just going to click here on native path, and we're just going to paste it, and we put a / right after, and then we put the folder name. Right, and right here you can pick whether the permissions read or write. We leave it at the same. Click apply, then we click OK. Right, now we're going to test the FTP file server, so we're going to open another folder. So I'm going to use my downloads folder here. Right, we're going to put the path. Alright, so we're going to put FTP : // right, you see I already have it here, and your IP address, and then you hit enter, and then it will ask you for the username. So we're going to use the username that we created, which is user, and the password that we created. Right, and you put the password in and click login. So now we have access to the FTP file server. So you see we have access to the folder that we created inside the FTP folder. And just to show the test, we're going to go back to documents into the FTP folder. Right, and I'm just going to create a new file. text file. Right, I'll just leave it as new text file, and I'm just gonna put some text inside here. I like bread. Alright, and I'm gonna save the file, close it off, and then we're gonna go back to the FTP link. So we're coming out of the folder here in documents, right? And I'm just gonna minimize and go back to the FTP link. Alright, and we're just gonna refresh the folder. If we go inside, we see we have nothing here. If we refresh, right here we have the text document that we created. We're now able to share files between the FTP server via the IP address. Thanks for watching.